Lovely Sagittarians, how are you guys? This is Debs, and this is your reading for November 2025. Now, Saggy, in meditation, I simply saw someone taking off a really heavy coat, putting on something lighter, grabbing their keys, and pressing a button on the wall near the door, which looked like a sort of house alarm, and then making a sort of swift exit. And I sat there in meditation thinking, what was that all about? Are you just leaving? And Archangel Michael said, no, it's more than that. And he took me through the vision again, and then I got it. Sag, something may have been touch and go, but you pulled it off. Okay? That's what I'm getting. So guys, with that said, should we jump in, find out what this is all about? The deck that I'm using is the Divination Tarot. Everything you need, guys, is down below in the description box, as you may know by now. I'm still offering 30% off 30-minute love readings. The link is there to join the channel, and all the decks are listed. So, Sag, you may have managed to do something pretty miraculous. It might have been a bit touch and go. Am I going to be able to do this? I think you will. So, Archangel Michael, what do we have for my lovely Sagittarians? Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. What do we have for Saggy, please? November 2025. Yeah, you're going to manage to pull this off if you haven't already. And I feel as if there may be a sense of relief. Thank God for that. Archangel Michael showed me a clock. This may have been time sensitive. You may have wanted to sort something out, lock something down, confirm your plans before a particular time. Okay. Yeah. Yes. This is the Page of Wands. I think, Sag, you've been looking at growing something brand new, or you've been looking at moving into a new cycle. Very excited about this. And this is also good news. Good news. Okay. Crossing that, Three of Cups. Good news that you are celebrating, I would say, in the next couple of months. I feel as if, Sag, you wanted to sort something out, and I feel it might be before the beginning of the new year, before 2026, and you've achieved something, or you will be achieving something in the month of November. In the past, Ace of Swords, you found out a truth, or you managed to wrap something up because of knowledge that you obtained. You figured out the truth, and with that truth, you put your own plans in place. After that time, yes, you were busy looking at options. Okay, well, now I know the truth. Now I have this knowledge. How am I going to do this? When should I do this? What options are available to me? That's what was going through your mind. In your thoughts now is, yes, victory and success. Sag, you're going to pull something off. You didn't know whether or not you could, but this is you realizing that you're going to achieve something pretty monumental, because you managed to figure something out, or you found something out at the right time, which enabled you to have the time to put a new plan in place. Well, now I know this, okay, I'm going to work behind the scenes to sort something out for me, right? In the immediate future, yes, here we go. This is the Knight of Cups. But Sag, what I think this is a rather unusual image, because it's as if you're telling someone you love them, but you're carrying on walking. I care about you. Yes, of course I love you, but I'm leaving now, right? I'm leaving now. This is almost you saying to someone, It's been great fun. It's been great knowing you, but I think it's time to let it go. But I've got my own plans. I'm off on another path. In your fears, 5 of Wands. Fearing, Sag, that when you do this, there may be people that don't agree. There may be a little bit of conflict around you. But Sag, you've looked at the pros and cons, you've looked at your situation, and you are making the best decision for yourself. In the environment is the King of Cups. I feel, Sag, this person already knows because they're not looking surprised. It's as if, okay, all right, best of luck. They're very calm about this. Whereas you may feel other people don't know, and the people that don't know are going to be a bit up in arms about this. But whoever the King of Cups is, knows what you're doing, and also I'm hearing why you're doing this. Okay. In your hopes, my Saggies, 2 of Cups. So Sag, are you doing this for love? Are you making a decision because you're in love? Sag, you're doing something because you are in love with someone. You're acting from your heart space. But this might have been a bit of a challenging situation, or it took careful planning. And timing was crucial, is what I'm getting from this. And the outcome, Sag, is, okay, don't slip back down the rabbit hole, okay? 9 of Swords is you thinking, oh, but I'm having sleepless nights about actually doing this. This is you putting all your plans in place, and then it's the night before you actually do this, and you're having the jitters. You're thinking, oh my gosh, right? Can I do this? Is it the right thing to do? Am I moving on to the right path? I don't know. But Sag, you're following your heart, which I think is the most important thing. And whomever seems to be most significant in your life, who is this King of Cups, it's almost as if he's saying to you, it's fine, it's okay, I understand, best of luck, sort of thing, you know? Yeah. Clarification for you guys. Sadly, this has been a long time coming. You may have thought about your finances, or you may have been waiting for an earth sign to make their own plans before you put yours in place. Again, time sensitive. You had to wait to do this. Yeah. King of Wands. You somehow had to wait for somebody to take some form of action. It could even have been financially with a Knight of Pentacles, so that you could then step forward onto your new path. Now, for some of you, Sag, it may well be that this is you finally leaving a partner. They know this is over. They know you're in love with somebody else. And this King of Wands may have been sort of quietly waiting for you to detach from this King of Cups to be with him. And this is you actually doing it, but you've been in your head. Right? You've been in your head. So this King of Cups isn't surprised, Sag. Let's see what he's thinking about. Let's see what he's thinking about. Okay. He may know, Sag, that you've been wanting to do your own thing for a while. He may have been working on a third party, and he realized that you knew this. And so he's not surprised, Sag, that you're basically saying, look, I will always care about you, but I want to be with somebody that I love myself. So this could be simply an amicable parting between you and your partner. He's developing a connection with someone here, whilst you know you're in love with someone up here that you are heading towards. This is an amicable separation. Could be. Hanged Man. So Sag, your King of Cups is working on getting himself out of, I have to say, a situation where he felt he was self-sacrificing. And I think this is you saying to this King of Cups, I do care, but it's time for me to leave as well, right? Yeah. Yes. Yes, Agi. So you're sitting in the energy of the Magician, Virgo, Scorpio, Gemini. You are manifesting healing, Aquarian energy, and then you're going to close out the cycle. It's as if I want to make everything right. I want to do things the right way. And then I'm just shutting the door. But Sag, it hasn't been easy. 10 of Wands, it has not been easy. You've been stressed about this. Or you may have carried too heavy a burden. And what you've been thinking about is, I just need to go, you know? So Sag, this to me looks as if you're wanting to peacefully wrap up a situation. You're telling this King of Cups you care, but you're heading towards somebody that you're in love with. Maybe knowing that this King of Cups also wants to collaborate with someone else that they're interested in. And so this is you making plans for the two of you to sort of separate. But you may have been waiting, Sag, for this King of Wands to take some form of action. It could be, Sag, if you're a feminine and you're wanting to be with a King of Wands, you may have been waiting for him to be ready to offer you commitment before you left this King of Cups. But he's not surprised, to be honest. He knows that this is what you're going to be doing. Yeah. All right, people. Here we go. Let's see what comes through. Saggy, you're very excited. This is you with an explorative mind. This is you passionately messaging someone. This is you looking at moving into a cycle that is going to make you incredibly happy. Yeah, because with the 5 of Pentacles, Sag, you have felt left out in the cold. You have felt as if, yeah, Knight of Swords, you weren't happy. Not happy. Bless you. It might be, Saggy, that with the 9 of Cups, you knew that you loved somebody else, your partner was cheating on you, the whole thing was overindulgent. And this is you taking a big step back, thinking to yourself, this has to end because this is simply toxic, right? This is just simply toxic. What are we doing? You might have been thinking about you and your partner. I know that my partner's in love with somebody else, wanting to collaborate with somebody else, and I know I'm in love with this King of Wands, so what are we doing? Yeah. Wow, Tower, Aries, Scorpio. You're blowing up an overindulgent situation to be happy and for you to move into a clean cycle with somebody you're in love with. You're doing the right thing, Sag. You're doing the right thing. Yeah. You've been thinking about this for a long time, 4 of Swords. You've been contemplating the right time for you to make your move. And by that I mean waiting for this King of Wands to be ready to commit to you and waiting for this King of Cups to understand on an emotional level that this connection really was done. So let's have a look at the past. You told yourself a truth. Okay, and the truth was, Sag, this was all about financial stability. You and your partner simply weren't in love anymore. You weren't in love anymore. You may have felt left out in the cold, or you may have realised that you wanted to be with a Virgo, for some of you. Page of Coins. You thought about giving this King of Cups an olive branch back here in the past, but you didn't do it because you were sat in a lot of financial stability. So you made a decision not to leave in the past because you were a bit nervous about sitting in the 5 of Pentacles. right? You may also have had a child, and this is you thinking about your child in the mix. After that time, Sag, Seven of Cups, you might have sat in a bit of emotional confusion because I don't think things improved with your King of Cups. Yeah, they got worse. Nine of Swords. This is you feeling alone at night. This is you feeling as if you really didn't want to be there anymore. And I think you realised things were just sliding downhill is what I'm getting. Yeah. You may have had a few arguments with your partner. You were sad in fear about the future. You may even have been a bit sharp with this King of Wands who you really wanted to be with because you were fearful of getting out of what was a very stable situation. Yeah. Justice. Afraid of moving through divorce. Afraid of balancing out your life, Sag, because there was a lot at stake. A lot. What you're thinking about now is, I'm ready. I'm ready because my King of Wands is ready and my King of Cups already knows what I'm about to do and his focus is on somebody else as well. So now is the time. You're thinking about victory and success. Okay, yes. Yes, it's the right time to go, Sag. This is you looking out across the ocean. This is you ready to embrace change. This is you thinking about your new life. Very exciting. Very exciting. What are you thinking about? Yeah. Sag, what you're thinking about is this has been an unequal give and take situation for way too long. You want the scales to be balanced. Now, this is also dividing the assets. Six of Pentacles. You may be thinking, all right, well, I'm probably going to need to move through divorce. I mean, this is you seriously thinking about divorce. Okay. But Sag, you feel more comfortable at this point because you've had some sort of confirmation from your King of Wands. This is the guy you want to be with, that he is ready. What's your energy, Saggy? Yeah, you're a female Queen of Wands, looking gorgeous. Sag, you know that your King of Wands is ready. You're looking over at him. He's there waiting for you, Knight of Pentacles, waiting to offer you commitment. So Sag, it is the right time. It is the right time, guys. Yeah, the right time for you to walk away. Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups. So my Saggies. Okay, guys. In the immediate future, we have the Knight of Cups and the King of Cups. Sag, this is a sort of rather melancholy goodbye. You and your partner, you and your King of Cups may have been through quite a lot. There might have been happy times on top of the times that were challenging. You will always have deep feelings for him, but those feelings may have turned into friendship. And so you're recognizing that both of you now are naturally veering in different directions. Your King of Cups is looking at you as if he expected this. He's been quietly collaborating, getting to know someone as well, because he knows he's been self-sacrificing. So Sag, this feels right. You two are realizing that this is simply this relationship having simply run its course. Archangel Michael, when do we have the Knight of Cups and the King of Cups for my Saggies? Thank you, Michael. Interesting, the 5th of January, Sag. The 5th of Jan, he's pointing forward to the 3rd of February. So, guys, you may ride out the festive season. It may be because you got a child or children. You're thinking, oh God, I can't leave before Christmas. It would ruin Christmas. There may be a lot also to organise, but I think at the beginning of Jan, almost straight after New Year, you're going to be having an open, honest conversation with your King of Cups, putting your cards on the table. He's not going to be surprised. This is somebody who kind of knew that this was coming. And I think you're going to head off to be with your King of Wands. Let's have a look, Sag, at your King of Cups. King of Cups. Yeah. Sag, to be honest, he might have been juggling you with somebody for a while. He might have also been sat on the fence as to whether or not it was the right time to end things with you. I'm hearing Cancerian energy. Cancer. He could be a Cancerian. We've also got Pisces here too. Two of Swords. I think he's been sat in denial for a while. No, I'm sure Sag and I will sort this out, but he's been developing a connection with somebody, and I think he knew, Sag, that you were interested in somebody as well. Yeah, there is a sense of disappointment, maybe even sadness that it came to this. This is also a little bit of guilt, remorse, regret. He may know that he shut you out of his life. Two of Swords. Okay, you guys could be married. Or he may not have wanted to see a situation developing with a Taurian. Ace of Pentacles, okay. He may have wanted, Sag, for you two just to legally separate. This is you still staying married, but uprooting and moving. Ideally, he may have wanted that because it would have meant that he wouldn't have had to cope with a lot of financial loss or as much financial loss. But I think, Sag, what you're realizing is your King of Wands wants to commit to you. You don't want this to be messy. So what I think you're saying to your King of Cups is, in the nicest sense, I think we should move straight into divorce. I don't want to mess around just with legal separation. I think we should actually divorce. I think, Sag, he's going to be fair in terms of settlement. I think he's going to be fair, yeah, because he simply realizes, Saggy, that you two are moving in completely different directions. You fell in love with different people, right? And I think he's going to agree to quite a speedy divorce. He could be a Cancerian. What's going through his mind? Judgment. You, Saggy, you making a really serious judgment call to end the relationship. What is he thinking about? Okay, Five of Swords. There could have been a lightning strike that happened previously in this connection, and maybe everything started to go downhill from that point onwards. He may feel sad that he sabotaged the relationship. How is he feeling? He's feeling a bit nostalgic. Sag, you guys may have known each other for a very long time. Or he may be thinking about when the children started growing up, you know, when the kids were little, running around the garden. You may have children. There's a sense of sad nostalgia, but he does realise that this relationship has simply run its course. He knows it's over. And he knows this is the right thing to do. But what is nice to see here, Sag, there's no anger, arguments, conflict. This is a quiet, slightly sad acceptance that this needs to end. Yeah. I think you were worried, Sag, that there was going to be a lot of conflict, but I don't think there will be. Because your person, your King of Cups, is developing a connection with somebody else himself, right? So, what are you saying to your King of Cups? The Sun. Yeah. You may want to be with a Leo. King of Wands, you may say, I'm so sorry, I do care about you, but I'm in love with another man who's a Leo. You may say to him, I'm sorry, I just want to be happy. I feel as if I can grow and expand in another direction. Sag, you're being really mature about this. This is how a separation should be in an ideal world. You both care about each other deeply. You may have wonderful memories together, great kids together, but you simply don't want to stay together anymore. What else are you saying to your King of Cups? Four of Wands, yes. Yeah. There may be a conversation about a house, a property, maybe visitation rights, if you do have children. Yeah, a lot of conversation. Now, Sag, you may even say to your King of Cups that you will probably head into quite a serious relationship with a man that you've met. It's almost as if you're telling him in advance, yes, I probably will get serious with this new guy. You may say to him, I will give you a forwarding address, of course, you know. 4 of Wands, 8 of Wands. You may even say to your King of Cups, you're going to be moving a fair distance away. You may let him know. You may be moving to a different county, a different state, different country even. Yeah, Scorpio energy, yeah. So your whole life is going to change, Saggy. Your whole life is going to change. You could be speaking to a Scorpio masculine that you're leaving. Yeah. And Sag, it's time, because what you're saying to him is, you've been standing at crossroads for so long, dreaming of happiness, dreaming of another future, dreaming of moving forward with your King of Wands. It's time to actually do that. And I think, Sag, he's understanding that. What is the energy between you two? Yeah. This is actually divinely guided, that you two go your separate ways. The Temperance Angel is coming in to say, we've got 2 cups here, both of you will always love each other deep down as friends, as previous partners, but you're not in love anymore. And so this is right. And you're doing things the right way, Sag. I think you're actually divorcing. You don't want this to be messy. You don't want this to be a halfway house. You're just speaking your truth, telling your partner you will always care about him, wishing him well, but then, you know, saying it's time for me to go. Yeah. So, guys, what you're hoping for, Sag, is, of course, to move into a beautiful situation with a person that you love, 2 of Cups. The final card might be you, maybe the night before you leave, thinking, oh, am I doing the right thing? 9 of Swords is you thinking, oh, am I really doing the right thing? Is this new relationship going to last? I really hope it does, you know. I think you're just nervous, Sag, because this is a pretty big deal, right? What's on your mind? Yeah, 7 of Wands. You may be feeling emotional. Make sure, Sag, you don't take it out on the guy that you're leaving, because he's been pretty good about this. This is you being a bit offensive, right? I think this is you just realizing how big this actually is for you. This is a life change, Saggy. What are you considering here? You may be thinking about a Leo masculine, or you may be, Sag, are you thinking about holding back from leaving? Are you thinking about holding back from leaving? Wow, okay. This is you holding back from actually moving straight into divorce. I mean, this is you very confidently saying to your King of Cups, okay, I think the best thing is that we move straight into divorce. I don't want this to be messy. I don't want this to be sort of halfway house. But then you're backtracking, thinking, oh, am I really sure? Am I really sure? Maybe I should hold back from seeking legal advice, right? Tell us about your King of Wands, because this is the guy that you're moving towards. Sag, I think with the Nine of Wands, he's been waiting and waiting and waiting. He's been super patient with you. He's been waiting for you to end the relationship with your King of Cups. But Sag, if you're not 110% sure you're ready to divorce, don't let him pressure you, because this is a big decision for you. Yes, he's been waiting. Yes, your relationship is over. But if you're not quite certain you're ready to actually divorce, tell your partner that. Tell your King of Wands that. Be honest. Why is your King of Wands looking really nervous? It's as if he feels that any minute now you're going to back out. And I'm sorry, stumbling over my words. Okay. Because this whole relationship with your King of Wands started, I have to say, as friends with benefits, a one-night stand. It started as a physical connection. He may be nervous, Sag, that you don't really deeply love him. It's more attraction, which is why you're wavering about divorce. But Sag, I do think you love your King of Wands. Okay, Nine of Pentacles. I'm going to be blunt with you guys. I think what you're going to do is you are deciding to go through with divorce from your King of Cups. So you are a completely single woman, a free woman. But you're going to refrain from getting too serious with your King of Wands yet. It may be awkward because he's been waiting to commit to you. But I think, Sag, what you're going to say to him is you need some time. You want some time by yourself. This is not to date other guys. It's not to see if there's anyone else that you prefer out there, because I do think you're in love with your King of Wands. But Sag, I feel that after maybe being married for a certain period of time, you just want time to yourself. This is you wanting to be free to travel, to see friends, to pick up hobbies, to get your life on track again before getting serious with another guy. Your King of Wands may not want that, but that's your decision. That's your decision. Yeah, because what you're thinking about is, I need to move to calmer waters in my life before I begin to create a brand new life with my King of Wands. I just want to get myself back on track. You may be undertaking a very big move as well, Sag, moving away from the guy that you maybe have been married to. What's going to happen with your King of Wands, Saggy? Okay. What I think you're going to do is sit your King of Wands down and say, look, I do love you. I'm in love with you. And I'm so incredibly attracted to you, right? We've got fireworks coming out of this cup. But I don't want to get really serious quite yet. I've got to go through divorce. I've got to undertake a really big move. I'm going to need time to get my life on track again. I just need some time, but we can date, we can see each other, but I don't want to talk about living together or getting engaged quite yet. I need some time. And I think, Sag, that will be the right decision for you. And so let's wrap this up. Do we have a final card for my Saggies, please? Yeah. All right, guys, this is really beautiful. Sag, you're going to be building a beautiful connection with your King of Wands. You may come to his house, he may go to your house. You're going to be seriously dating. You could be having parties. You could be introducing him to members of your family. But Sag, that's as far as it goes. I'm hearing for the next few months. You want to take it really, really slowly. And of course, that's going to give you time to finalize your divorce from your King of Cups. So guys, this is kind of perfect, really. I don't think your King of Wands is going anywhere. I think he's going to be quite relieved once you're actually divorced. And it may well be sad that you just need 6 months by yourself, you know, to get yourself organized, realigned until you're ready to move forward into this beautiful new commitment. But it's going to happen, guys. Okay? This is gorgeous. So my Saggies, I'm leaving it there. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. This is, in effect, a rather strangely peaceful parting of ways. But it's going to work out, guys. So take care of you. And of course, I'm sending love and light your way. And many blessings, Sag. Bye now.